Welcome to the Evening Review. My name is Sukhwane Klache. Joining us from Katima Mulilo is George Nchindo, who is a sibling of the 4 men that were killed by the Botswana Defence Force in the neighboring country. But before we go into the interview, please do take a look at today's newspaper. Mr. Nchindo, welcome to the Evening Review. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Your family recently paid a visit to President Hage Geingob. What came out of the meeting?
Even though I was not part of the group that went to the president's to the State House, but what I know is that there were some agreements and there were some promises that the government promised the family to do. One of them was that they were going to set up a team that was going to go to Botswana to join Botswana so that they can have a joint investigation. That they have done, and the people have left. As we are speaking now, I think they might be in Francistown. And the other thing that the government have done so far is that they have also authorized the 5 buffaloes to be killed for the family to use as relish at the village. So, and just before, when we were busy connecting, and then Miss Lusepani Esther also called to confirm that they will be buying some coffins for the deceased. So far, those are some of the things that they are doing, and they are also going to provide for us the diesel that we are going to use to make sure that the engines, the lodge engines are running to keep the meat that we are going to receive from the government.
Mr. Nchindo, the government of Botswana is claiming that the 4 men were in restricted waters, and on this side, the family is saying that these were fishermen. So, Can you just explain to us, take us through the events of Friday from what you've been able to establish when the men were shot?
The issue that the Botswana government is saying that my brothers were poachers is not a true a reflection of the whole story. What we know is that our brothers were fishermen. That evening, they left the fishing camp at around 7 o'clock, and they went through the Chove Channel, and to the point where they were shot. So they were going there with the canoes, 2 canoes, and there were 4 of them. What they were carrying was just some spears. In case a crocodile or a hippo attacks them, they can tease it also. And then what else they were carrying was just a knife in case maybe one of the gets stuck, and then they can cut. Those were the weapons, if it means weapons. Those are the weapons that they were carrying. But as for the guns, they were not carrying any gun, and they were not having a gun. Even a single of them, none of them was having a gun. So this is what we know as a family. And they were not having any weapon, and they were not poachers at all. And I also saw a picture from Botswana Post that they were posting on WhatsApp that they killed a rhino. The 2 pictures, those are 2 separate pictures that they combined to give a one picture. But that is not very true. That's not a true reflection of what happened. So we are saying they were not poachers at all. If they were poachers, then the government of Botswana must produce the rifles that they use to kill the animals, so that we can see the serials and whether they are Namibian guns or whatsoever. So that's why we are disputing the issue that they were not poachers, but they were fishermen. If they can say they were found at the Botswana side because it was night time, nobody can testify whether they were at the Botswana side or Namibian side, because it was during the night. It's only those guys who were shooting at them who knows exactly where they found them. But they were fishermen. We are sharing resources. We are using the Chove River, and that is the only river that we have where we can draw water, where we can get our resources. We get fish, and we get other food that we get from the river. And that's the river that we are using. We are sharing the river. The resources which are in the Chove River, they belong to all of us.
Mr. Nchindo, I want to ask, or just to understand, how often is it that people from the Zambezi region or in the Chove district go out at night and fish at night? Because there may be misunderstanding about, or maybe questions about, why were they fishing at night? Is it a standard practice for people to be catching fish at night?
It is a standard practice for fishermen. They do fishing. Even that night, there were many of them which were in the river that time who were fishing. The people, some of them, they were very, very close to them. They only ran for their life when they heard the gun shooting. But as for these people who are here, they catch fish during the night. During the day, they don't catch fish. They know what time the fish will move and what time the fish will be they are available in the water, so that, and they know the points where they can catch those fish. So that's exactly what was happening. It is a practice all over the Zambezi region. No one can dispute that.
Mr. Nchindo, I also want to just, there were newspaper reports that came out this week saying that the authorities in the area have known the men to be fishermen. And if one looks at this situation, what do you make of all of it, and especially the behavior of the BDF?
The behavior of the BDF is not good. It's not that maybe they are threatening people who are only found at their side, but they are even threatening people. They don't want Namibians to be at the Chove River. They don't want us to use the Chove River. I think their aim is to capture the whole Chove River to belong to Botswana, because they don't want us. Even if you are going there, maybe you are driving your cattle to drink water there. Immediately you see them, you have to run for your life, because you can be this side. Many of our people who were shot, they were shot from Namibian side. Yesterday there was a report on the news that the BDF helicopter was flying over Kapani. And that is very true. For you people who are staying there in Window, you might not understand our situation. Because, let me just give you a picture. From the Namibian side, from where I am seated now, along the Chove River, from Namibian side, there are people from Impalila, you go to Kasika, you go to Mbalasinte, it is lined up to Kongola. We are all lined up along the rivers, the river. And also, if you take the Zambezi side, we are just building our villages along the Zambezi River. So the Botswana people, they want to claim that Chove is only for them and their animals. But they forget that there are other people from the other side. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that from their side, there are no people. It's only a national park. And that's why they are troubling us. If there were people that side, I don't think this conflict was going to be there. But we are bordering with animals. So immediately you go to the river, animals come to the river to drink. Human beings also go to the river to drink, Namibians. And as you are caught there, you are in trouble. If they want peace, then they must remove this Chove nation to another part of their country, so that we can also enjoy being free in our own country.
Mr. Nchindo, I want to focus on Botswana shoot to kill policy. We've seen now that, what do you make of the policy? Because there are reports that irrespective of whom they see, they just shoot. Don't you think that such a policy is disastrous and not good?
The shoot and kill policy?
Yes, Mr. Nchindo.
I don't think it's a good policy, that one. It must be revised. Because if they will continue doing that, it will just cause some problems for people also. You know, from Goma, going to the southern part of Zambezi region, the people who are living that side of Botswana, their cattle are grazing in our country here. Sorry for that. Their cattle are grazing from in our country here, but we are not fighting them. And it makes matters worse. Those people who are at the other side of the country, of Botswana, they are our relatives. So we can't kill our relatives. The Botswana government is sending people who are coming from very far to come and work in the Chove district, of which they don't know our relationship. So when they come here, they don't care, because they don't have that blood relation with us. So they will try by all means to kill, and they are implementing that. But I want to appeal to the government of Botswana that if they continue doing this, we will also make a revenge, and the revenge will be very painful to them, because they are only thinking about their animal, but they don't know that there are other people in Botswana who are struggling. And these people, they are also enjoying the fruits of peace here in Namibia. They bring their animal for grazing, and they take them back. If they continue doing that, then we will also follow suit. We'll start shooting them back, and they will feel it also.
Mr. Nchindo, I want to touch on another subject. The issue of your family members. We understand that the family lost the mother because of grief, and that your sister was also did also not take to the situation very, very well. What is the condition of your sister currently?
No, she's here now. I mean, she's picking up now. I think her condition is being monitored. We also want to appreciate from the government side because they have sent some social workers. As I'm speaking now, they are at the village and they are going to check the BPs and those who are having sugar and whatsoever to see whether they are safe. But she's picking up. She's well. I spoke to her this morning.
Mr. Nchindo, on another matter, earlier in the week, the reports were that the bodies of the four men were kept in a mortuary that was probably not proper, and that this is probably being done intentional on the part of the BDF so as to hide the evidence of the shooting. There was also another issue is that they were shot at close range and in the heads. Can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, I did not go for body identification, but the brothers who went there, they gave us a feedback that the mortuary where they are kept, it's not good. It was not good. It was not working well. So now the oh, the other thing is that they also realized that each one of them was shot in the head, meaning it was at a closer range. If those guys were running, I don't think even a sniper can just kill all of them at one spot, shooting them straight in the head. They were shot at a close range. That's what I believe.
Mr.
So what they usually do, yes, what
No,
they
you can
usually do
continue.
what they usually do when they capture you from the Namibian side, and they see that there are no people who are seeing them, they will take you to Botswana and kill you there. They will kill you there. They have done that one in many occasions.
Mr. Nchindo,
Yes, you can continue.
Sorry, Mr. Nchindo?
Yes.
No,
Hello?
you were saying, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. I am done.
Okay, and then just sort of to conclude, when do you expect the bodies to come back to Namibia, and what are the funeral arrangements?
Currently, I cannot confirm when the bodies will be here in the country. But what I know is that today, according to the government of Botswana, the promise that they gave us is that they are going to do the post-mortem today. And then the bodies will return back to Kasani. And then from there, I'm not very sure with their paperwork whether it will be possible. But we are just hoping that by Friday, the bodies must be here in Namibia. And then there are people also who are making some demonstration, and people who are concerned. They want also to make a memorial service for them. And one of the organizers told me that that will be done on Sunday. So hopefully by Monday, we are, if everything will be well with us, we are going to bury.
Okay. Mr. Nchindo, our condolences as Namibian son for your loss.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say is that those four who are gone now, the village is closed. There is only one guy who is left in the village. And at a said note, we are going to have a pressure on the children who are remaining behind. But what I wanted to appeal to the government again, that we have a sister who is left behind. And this sister is a qualified teacher. She graduated last year, but she's not yet employed. If the government was going to do us a favor, that to employ this young girl or my sister so that she can get a job, and if that one, it was also going to help us as a family to close a gap that these brothers have left behind. Because we were hoping that the old lady was going to do it, to be with us. And that's where all the grains were supposed to lean on. my sisters-in-law are not working. That's why we are appealing to the government just to once more again to look at us again with humble with good hearts again, just to make sure that they give our sister who is employable a job that she can, which will help her also to close a gap that the brothers have behind. And this is our government. I know they have done us. I know they have listened to us. They are caring for us. But as for we are also putting that request. I was just thinking about it. That what else can we do to close this gap? They might get some grants, but those grants might be little. But if we can, the government can assist then to employ our sister, who is a professional teacher, but she doesn't have a work. She's not yet employed. Then that alone was also going to be a good favor from the government. So I want to say thank you very much for all Namibians who have listened, who are also sympathizing with us. I think we have seen things that are great, and from the government side and from the Namibian, from my fellow Namibian, we were not expecting this. But what we are receiving now, really, even though we are mourning, but we are being strengthened by the assistance and the love and the kindness that we are getting from our people, local people here. Since the funeral started, a lot of people were coming. As I'm speaking now, we are feeding over 200 people who are just camping, just to take care of us. People who are assisting us in one way or another. That's why I want to extend my gratitude to all Namibians, black and white. People have been responding from all corners of the country. People have been contributing, sending their donations. Lawyers and whosoever have contributed. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you all for what you are doing for this family. We are just a small family, and we were not going to afford it if you people were not going to come to our rescue. So we really appreciate. We are humbled by that, and we'll continue to thank you. We have learned a lesson that truly we are one Namibia. We want to thank the government also for all the effort that they have done. We really appreciate all what you have done for this family. As a member of this family, on their behalf, I want to say thank you very much, my president. Thank you very much, my prime minister and the deputy president. We really appreciate whatever you are doing for us. We will continue to thank you, and we have seen that truly what you say, you fulfill it. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Evening Review, Mr. Nchindo, and once again, as from the part of Namibian Sun, our condolences.